Imagine finding your dream home, the perfect street, the perfect house, a beautiful old property in one of the safest towns in America. And then, just days after moving in, you discover someone is watching. Someone you can't see. Someone you don't know. Someone who claims it's their duty to watch you. This isn't fiction. This is the true, terrifying case of the Watcher House, a real-life nightmare that forced a family from their home, left an entire town in fear, and remains unsolved to this day. In June 2014, Derek and Maria Broaddus bought what they believed was their forever home. 657 Boulevard, Westfield, New Jersey. A stunning 6-bedroom, 3-bathroom house built in 1905. Wide porches, a beautiful backyard, sprawling green lawns, and towering oak trees. It sat on one of the most desirable streets in Westfield, a wealthy, quiet town ranked as one of the safest in America. For Derek and Maria, it felt like the perfect place to raise their 3 young children. They closed the deal, began minor renovations, and started preparing to move in. But then, the letters came. One evening, Derek Broaddus went to the house alone after work to check on renovations. As he approached the front porch, a plain white envelope sat in the mailbox. It had no return address. On the front, it was addressed simply to the new owner. Inside was a letter, typed in clean black ink. At first, it seemed like a strange, old-fashioned welcome, but then it turned dark. It read, "657 Boulevard has been the subject of my family for decades now. My grandfather watched the house in the 1920s, and my father watched in the 1960s. It is now my time. Do you know what lies within the walls of 657 Boulevard? Why are you here? I will find out." The letter went on to say the house had been the subject of obsession for generations. Then came a line that made Derek's blood run cold. "I see you have already begun renovations. It disgusts me. Stop it immediately." And it was signed, The Watcher. But what terrified Derek the most was what came next. The letter mentioned the couple's 3 children, even though they hadn't moved in yet. Even though no one was supposed to know their names. The letter asked, "You have children. I've seen them. Who has the bedroom facing the street? I am pleased to know their names now, and I will call them to me." Eric raced through the house, locking doors and turning off lights. He called the police immediately. But when officers arrived, there was little they could do. No fingerprints, no suspect. No cameras had picked up anything. Derek and Maria tried to calm themselves. Maybe it was a sick prank. Then a second letter arrived, and a third. Each new letter became more threatening. One read, "I have been watching the house for years. 657 Boulevard is eager for young blood, and I have been calling its name." Another described exactly where the Broaddus children had been playing in the backyard. Another said, "Soon, the young blood will be mine." The writer seemed to know when the family was home, when contractors arrived, and even the layout of the house's interior. The Broadduses stopped sleeping at the house. They brought in private detectives, had contractors check the walls for hidden crawl spaces or secret rooms. One letter hinted, "There are things hidden within the walls." But nothing was ever found. The family even hired former FBI agents, who concluded the letters contained deeply personal anger and likely came from someone nearby. Investigators zeroed in on the neighbors, an elderly man next door who watched the street from his upstairs window, a reclusive woman down the block who'd lived there alone for decades. The previous owners of the house were also questioned. They admitted receiving one strange letter before moving out, but dismissed it. No one was arrested. No one confessed. No evidence was ever found. For the next 5 years, the Watcher's letters arrived, though less frequently. The Broaddus family, too afraid to move in, tried renting out the home. They received another letter. "You can never stop me. The house belongs to me." And soon, the young blood will play again. In 2019, they finally sold the house for a huge financial loss. To this day, no one knows the identity of the Watcher. Theories spread: a jealous neighbor, a bitter former resident, a mentally unstable local, or someone obsessed with the house for generations. But there was never a name, never an arrest, never a conclusion. What kind of person devotes their life to stalking a family, watching children, threatening bloodshed, all while remaining invisible? And even more disturbing, what secrets lie inside that old house on 657 Boulevard? Some mysteries refuse to be solved. If you dare, take a walk past that address and see if you feel eyes watching you. This was the terrifying true story of the Watcher house. So what do you think? Who was Watcher? And why did he do that, please? Leave a comment. Don't forget to hit subscribe, because here on Shadow Files, the darkness is always listening.